What is up, bros? Me, Josh here, and in today's video, I'm going to go over some USN Destroyers and their builds that I recommend for the new patch with all the captain's changes. So let's dive right in. The first build I'm going to go over is the one I'm running right now and testing out, and I'm kind of liking it. And this is the quote-unquote, I would say, the Destroyer Hunter build. USN Destroyers are known for being really, really stealthy, kind of just like the IGN line, and then being able to kind of outgun the IGN line. I've kind of focus my destroyer around that. So my mentality in this is to be kind of supportive for my team, spot for them, smoke for them, hunt the enemy DDs, and get them out of the game. So my build kind of reflects that. So I went with priority target 1. This gives you a lot of information as a destroyer, especially as a gunboat destroyer. When you do open up, 1, it can tell you if there's another DD around. It can tell you how many cruisers are focusing on you or how many things are still in stealth. So this can actually give you a lot of information. You know, if you really wanted to go, you could go with preventative maintenance. Now, in a lot of situations, you are running a module on most of these that will lower the amount of incapacitations and stuff like that. So I don't really see the major need for preventative maintenance, but if you are seeing your guns going out or torpedoes going out a lot, you could definitely switch up for preventative maintenance. I decided with this build to go with priority target, just to let me know how many ships are focusing on me. The first one at 2 is Last Stand. Want to go with Last Stand. You definitely want this in almost every destroyer build as your first number 2. You don't want to lose that propulsion. If I'm a gunboat or any kind of destroyer and I'm stuck without being able to move or steer or anything like that, you are going to be absolutely screwed. So you want Last Stand 100%. The first one I would go here is, since I am hunting destroyers, I do want more life. So I went with the Survivability Expert. Survivability Expert's going to give me a little bit more life per tier. The higher tier you are, the more life you get. And as a gunboat destroyer, you really, really do like this. I recommend this also for Russian destroyers because you're going to be shooting all the time. So Survivability Expert's really nice, especially as a DD hunter. You want as much life as you can get. You know you're actually going to get into gun battles with other destroyers and need to come out with as much life as possible. After that, I would go with Concealment Expert. Concealment Expert at number 4. This is going to get you as low detectability as possible. And the Sims is one of the stealthiest DDs at tier 7. Benson is one of the stealthiest DDs at tier 8. So the USN lines are really, really stealthy, and you want to get that as stealthy as possible. Next, I picked up Radio Location. So as a destroyer build, I want to find those DDs, and I want to go hunt them down as much as possible, get them off the map. So this is one of the few builds, one of the few lines I would actually go with our radio location. Some destroyer builds and some cruiser builds. And this is one, especially the USN. This does help, and this is kind of just my build for this. It did definitely give me some information, so helping with torpedoes, helping find the destroyers. I really, really do think this is a good fit for a lot of USN builds. So after that, I do go back and since I have a 19-point captain, picked up basic firing training. This helps me pump out more damage with my smaller calibers, 10% to reloading time, so it takes off, I think, about 3/10 of a second or something like that on reload, so it's definitely nice. And since I tend to roll with a division, I had 2 points left, and I went with the bigger smokescreen expert. It's an all right skill. Tier 2 is kind of not. It's kind of an interesting one for destroyers right now, with torpedo armament not being really there anymore. That used to be kind of one you used to pick up. The Sims and high tier USN DDs don't really need expert marksmanship. The gun turrets turn fast enough. You know, I've thought about picking up torpedo acceleration for the Sims and some other DDs, but I do like that 9.2 or the relatively long range. Now, I know the gearing benefits from torpedo acceleration with the 16.5 kilometer torpedoes, but I mean, maybe you could pick up Adrenaline Rush, switch out for Smokescreen, but since I tend to run with at least 1 or 2 people in my divisions, and I'm kind of running a support class with them, I think the smoke is all right to take and kind of mess around. I do see a noticeable difference. You know, if you can get a bigger area that's harder to torp for your teammates, this is definitely a decent skill to pick up. So, I mean, you could pick up Jack of all trades, get smokes faster, and or Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush would be all right too. So those are decent ones. Or you could pick up Preventive Maintenance and then have kind of an extra point, especially at 18, getting to 19. Maybe if you only had an 18-point captain, I'd pick up Preventive Maintenance. It wouldn't be that bad. So let's dive into some other builds I think that are really good for USN Destroyers and might fit your playstyle a little bit better. Now here we are on Ship Comrades Captain Point Calculator. I'll put a link down below, guys, so you guys can play with this tool. It's an awesome tool and can help you build all these builds. Now this is a really safe and I think effective build for USN DDs, and this one I think can really, really help you a long way with your destroyer builds. And this is one that I think will just work throughout the entire game. This is a 16-point captain, so I would go priority target. You know, again, you could switch out priority target with preventative maintenance. I think these are really interchangeable depending on gameplay. If you are seeing yourself losing a lot of incapacitations, you could easily go with preventive maintenance. I really enjoy priority target. I like to know how many things are focusing on me. One, it can give you a lot of information, especially with destroyers maybe that aren't detected. So last stand, definitely a go-to. Picking up survivability expert, get the extra life, and then concealment expert, getting that detection as low as possible, and then going back and picking up superintendent and basic firing training. That's a simple 16-point captain. I think it's a really decent build. You could even pick up demo expert with the other 3 points, making a 19-point captain. You can even go back and pick up jack of all trades for the higher tier DDs. Smoke, adrenaline rush, and preventive maintenance. That's a decent build right there. But I think this is a really solid, conservative, and just a really good build for a lot of DDs. So another really good build for like some really low tier destroyers. They tend not to be able to shoot too far, and they tend to have slower turret traverse. So one thing I could pick up is advanced firing training to help with that. Yes, on the higher tiers you don't want AFT because the arc is terrible, but since they're lower tiers, they can't shoot quite as far, and so it actually wouldn't be that bad distance-wise for the shots. And then picking up extra marksmanship, because the low-tier DDs tend to have, for USN line, tend to have relatively slow guns. Those are 3 really good builds for USN DDs. The one that I run is a kind of destroyer hunter build / supportive build. I really do enjoy that build. I think it's a lot of fun. 2, we had the one that was a bit more of a conservative, just good across the board build, and this one would really work for maybe some low tier destroyers if you're going up through. Now, if you guys don't have a 19-point captain, just kind of take out the extra ones that I added in. Remember, priority target, last stand, survivability expert, and concealment expert. Those are the first 4 points, and then kind of backfill with whatever I kind of went over with, and then fill up as you go, because I know everyone doesn't have 19-point captains. These are the builds I would run on the USN DD, guys. Hope this really helps you guys out. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are running right now, if you guys have made any fun builds that are working out for you. And I'm really interested. This is an awesome topic, especially for USN DDs, which is a class I love. But guys, that's it for me. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.